Well, hello guys. Welcome to this year's Christmas special. So first off, what I got is I got the MyJack for Lionel. Works perfectly. It doesn't really like the carpet, but it works. Let me just turn this off where nothing happens to it, because I'm plugged it into an old post-storage transformer. I don't want it to fry. Next off, this is gonna blow your mind, but yes, American Flyer in-box. Everything in my American Flyer collection, including the Plasticville buildings, have all their boxes and everything's in perfect to fair condition, including the boxes. So first off, I have this refrigerator, Cara, Illinois Central. It's a reefer. And the only thing that's really not in the best condition is the locomotive. The bolt snapped and it needs a new back wheel. But other than that, it's in perfect condition. The track, it just needs to be clean. I'm not going to show you guys the track, but I have all the boxes to it, and but the only thing with it is it's track. You guys should know what that looks like. Next up, I have this Frisco gondola. And then I custom did this because it came with a bunch of knuckle couplers in this haul. But it has a knuckle coupler on one side, and it has the weird hook couplers from American Flyer. And this is interesting. Well, the parts and stuff for like the couplers and the screws screwed onto the layout came in this old like toilet part. I think it's the part where it flushes. It has all, like, everything has boxes. This entire collection is probably worth, like, it has so much stuff with it, but everything in the box, it's probably worth at least $2,000 worth of stuff for some of it. I have this Plasticville house, and yes, all the Plasticville buildings, 95% of the Plasticville buildings in my entire collection came with their boxes in excellent condition. And then next off, I have the tower. The door fell out. I'll have to get that later, but next off, I have the church, and yes, this has its bell in it, which is kind of rare because they usually fall apart. And then this is pretty cool. This is its original box for the signal. Yes, the signal. No, here's the knuckle coupler thing. But if you're wondering why the roof's off, well, it's supposed to do that for access for maintenance and... Oh, hello, knuckle coupler. I wonder what you're doing here. But I tested this out and it works perfectly. Yep, everything's here. It's in excellent shape. This stuff has been sitting for 50 years, so it needs some cleaning. That's the only thing all this stuff needs is cleaning. Well, only stuff that's electronical, but this is what came with it. It came with a bunch of old die-cast cars. Some of them are in HO scale, like this fire truck, but they're still pretty cool. This is S. There's a few that are O scale, and I brought those to my O scale layout if you haven't noticed. But this one's really cool. I love this one. It's in perfect condition. It still works. That little, I don't know what to call it. It's some sort of motor in there. Still works. Very old. It's all tin. And it's one of these cheap ones that came from Japan in the 50s and 40s. Really cool stuff. But next off, we have the famous Plasticville Depot. This thing is freaking awesome. And yes, I have everything to it. Next off, you probably saw this in my a few videos ago, like a couple days ago when I uploaded it, but here's the fire station. I uploaded that video just to give you a little hint what's coming up for the Christmas special. And nobody guessed that I was gonna do any American Flyer stuff. They just guessed it was more O-scale stuff in the comments. Oh, whoopsies. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm gonna murder this thing in a second. Whatever. Really sensitive buttons on that remote. Next off, what I'm about to show you. Since we still have some more time to show you the rest of the collection. Yes, there's more. It's a lot. I have 2 giant boxes of this stuff. Next off, I have this Marx, what's it called, water tower. Now I already have it's an O scale, but it still would work for Flyer, an S gauge. But I already have 2 water towers on my layout, one for the trains and one for public water. But it works. It's gonna work well with my Flyer layout once I get ready. I will give you one example of an American Flyer S gauge switch from the 40s and 50s. Here it is. They work. I've tested it. They just need some cleaning and maintenance with the motor. And this one's gonna be really cool in a sec. It has the parts box, and the instruction manuals are all in here. So every single thing in here. So it's been sitting here for years. Next is pretty cool. It's an old tunnel. It needs some work. This is the tunnel. I don't want to flip it over because it has some cool stuff in here, like the Plasticville Bridge, Plasticville Outhouse. I think that's a Plasticville lock thing. Here's one of these 1950 cheap plastic trailer, and this one's cool. This old die-cast traffic light. It's really awesome. I think this is Plasticville. I think it is. And this is, it's the U.S. Army lights, pretty cool too. And then here's some vintage, I believe these are the original Legos from 1958 when they came out in the U.S. Tell me, the guys, if I'm wrong in the comments, but 95% positive that they are. But, what I'm also about to show you, besides all the track stuff, except one box just full of 2 tracks and that. I'm about to show you the second box. This box has the other stuff. This entire thing. Here's an old vintage model rocket. It's not one of the kind that actually fly. I actually do have a few, which I should do a video on, of the kind that actually fly with the B-64 engines in them. This one actually holds stuff. I have three or four more that actually work. 2 are in working condition. The other one needs to be assembled, and the other one got destroyed in a bad wreck. Or crash, I should say. But I have some more of these vintage 50s plastic vehicles. This one's a dump truck. And this model rocket's pretty awesome. I'll give you a hint, because I don't want to pull it all out, but it folds into this giant rocket, like in sections, how the real ones do. Next off, I have an American Flyer crossing gate. I don't know where the signal is. It's probably in there. If not, I'll just buy one. But I have this tractor. Now this thing, I forgot what they're called, but they're the John Deere treaded ones. They're built in the 30s. I have one somewhere from Ertl. But this trailer, when the wheels move, how this works, it's one of those. So this is essentially a cheaper version of a combine if you have smaller fields. But this is how it works. It has a disc that's curvy and bent, and it moves the blade, kind of like your clippers when you get your hair cut. Then next, I have this prototypical plastic car that has an engine and everything inside. If the light can show you can kind of see it in there. The trunk doesn't open, but it's really cool. And next I have this flatbed truck. Then I have, these are, I believe, some post-store Lionel street lamps. I already have enough street lamps for my own scale. This is just gonna go on my flyer. All this stuff's gonna go on my flyer layout. I already pulled out everything I wanted to go on the O scale, but everything else is going to the O scale. I mean flyer. There's the plastic car. This isn't. I think this. No, the red one is the one that goes to it. I have another. I believe this is a milk truck. I could be. No, the milk truck's the one on my O scale. Please leave in the comments what this truck is. I know a few guys are experts in trucks. I'm pretty good with trucks. Just, I don't know everything. Now here is Tiller. Tills the fields. A few months ago I saw a few miles down the road from my house there's a farm. There's a few farms still left in my area that I saw a tractor, an old International or Case in the 70s, just tilling the field. Now what the hell just turned on? I'm freaking tired of this freaking YouTube. I went Norfolk and Western the entire time. Oh, my video. I just saw my own video. Wouldn't it be funny if I just played that on the live stream? It would have made that high pitched noise. But next off, I have this. Any of you diecast freaks out there are gonna go crazy. And no, I'm not. These are not for sale. But vintage Matchbox bulldozer with the tread and everything, perfect condition. No, it's not for sale. You cannot have it. This is mine. Next off, I have. This is the electric uncoupler, and I do have a manual one. This is the electric one. It works too. Both of them work. I'm only going to show you one example. Now I'm going to show you guys this example. Is the buttons for everything. They're accessory buttons. This one's for the uncoupler. That's what mainly American Flyer buttons look like. Next off, this one's not really an actual rocket thing. It's actually a flashlight. No, it's not for sale for any of you vintage toy freaks. None of this is for sale. I'm not selling anything. Well, I'm selling the one Conrail engine, but I'll do that in another video. This is a vintage flashlight. This is pretty cool. I don't think it works anymore. Next off, I have this vintage 1/64 scale Tootsie toy. It's a Willys, Jeep Willys. Really cool. Next off, I have another Tootsie toy. It's a 1/64 scale Roadster, I believe. I believe it's a Jaguar or something. I don't know. Next up, this one's one of my favorites. It's the most detailed of the diecast vehicles. It's a transport for the rockets. It doesn't go with any of the rockets. It's just a diecast random thing. And then I have another Matchbox. It's a loader, vintage loader. Oh, and I forgot to show you one more thing for the rolling stock. It's the most important thing you need for American Flyer right now. Oh, and I forgot two things. I forgot about these. They're hitting on my Tyco scene. Holy train layout. Next off, I have a Caboose American Flyer, perfect condition. Has all the box I have the box for everything in this collection. And then I have this golf tanker. Let me show you more stuff in the box. I have another one of these HO scale plastic. I'm gonna put this as my HO stuff, I believe. Unless I just want to have a non-prototypical layout for American Flyer, which I want to have a prototypical one. Or prototypical as I can. I have another trailer for the tractor. It's a flatbed one, all plastic. And then, what else I have? Let me find it. So around the Plasticville buildings, I have a bunch of these vintage lights now. I'm going to be really careful with these. These definitely look extremely old. And I do not want to cause any incidents with these, so I'm going to have to be really careful when I test these out and use them for the layout. And I may just get those, because in the Volume 2 Lionel catalog they have the LED lights that just take batteries, or I'll just go to the dollar store and pick up those cheap fake candles and just replace the battery when they burn out. Next off, I have Plasticville telephone poles. I will just show you one example because I don't need to show you all 26 more, wherever much I have. Now here's the American Flyer switch, I think. No, this is for the semaphore, actually. Here it is. Green and red. It's really cool. Now there are ways to hook it up to where when the train passes it automatically does it for you don't have to press it, but I'm just gonna do it the way it says in the instructions with the button because I don't feel like wiring it up forever. Because unlike American Flyer's 2-rail for S gauge, O gauge that's 3-rail, but it's a little bit harder with 2-rail than 3-rail to do any block signals and stuff like that. But that's really it for the entire Christmas special. I thought I'd have to do a part 2 because of all this stuff, but I just covered the entire Christmas special. So thanks for coming, and goodbye.